What's going on, Swamp Rabbits? So I decided to make this video. I really think this is going to help us. I'm going to go over a couple different strategies that I think we should start running as a complete team, both in the defensive zone, neutral zone, and offensive zone. I'll start the series just with the defensive zone from a bottom to top perspective like we would be playing in the game. I already have these kind of things written out already. So I think where we're actually getting really hurt is from behind the net play and just not covering these cross crease passes. Have a good way we can get this taken care of. It's always got to be a triangular unit. So center, you need to live in front of the net. Left defense and right defense post up in on the corners. If you have, where we're getting caught up is people are coming in, they'll take it behind the net, and then we're chasing. We'll either have the left defense come in and the center come in, caught behind the net, and then at least one person in front, or vice versa. Both defense, that there's a few goals against where both defense will come down, and then either the center's out of position or not in front of the net to tie him up, and it's just an easy outlet pass, and they can throw it because we're both caught right here. I think if we stay in a quadrant section and just strictly do zone coverages, I think we're going to be fine. So left defense. I mean, if you have a guy around this area, there's no need to always get along towards the boards unless you're going to actually pin him. If not, just hold L2. Keep them to the outside. Like, that's the thing. Let's just work on keeping these guys on the outside. If they want to live behind the net, fucking let them live behind the net. Hold L2. See if you have your defensive awareness on, because you'll cover any pass from this area, and the center's back there to also tie up people and get in the way and make sure if the pass even does go through, he's not going to be able to get that shot off, and then we can reset the play. So in the corners, yeah, I mean, if that's something we want to do and you do want to go after them, if you can get the puck cleanly, get the puck cleanly. Don't worry about stick lifting or trying to poke check. Even just moving into them and just skating in their way will cause a game animation to do that. But if that's the case, right D, if you want to go into that area, center drops down to the right corner, left D drops a little bit more up to the center spot, and vice versa. It's always going to be a triangle at that point. So then you have two people in front of the net. Right D can put some pressure. Right wing can come up just a little bit. You keep him trapped in that zone. Should he decide he wants to bring it around back, going behind the net again, right D, you drop back towards this corner. Left D, everyone just kind of falls back into the place. I really don't think there's any reason for any of our defenders to completely go behind the net if we're not going to just tie him up. Say, he's going around, lefty, if you want, you could even cheat a little bit and just maybe go right here, fake it like you're going to come at him, and then come back to the point, to the corner, which would then bring him over to right D. So I think if we stay triangular, that'll work. Say they want to go onto the walls. They want to go onto this side. You can either have right wing pressure a little bit, right D pressure a little bit, center drops over, left D drops over as well, and it's always going to keep two people in front of the net and vice versa. Someone on this side, left wing come down, left D come over, center drop to the left post, and then right D come up a little bit. Always just making sure people are tied up and we're in front. If we want to keep them to the outside, fuck it, let's do it. Where I think we're also getting hurt, left wing, right wing, the wingers. Say they send it back to their defenseman. We're either trying to make a hit, we're trying to poke check, which is getting tripping penalties, but especially we're trying to make a hit or make some kind of play going at them, and what they're doing, they'll get around us, and then they get into a shot right here in a high-scoring area every time. If we're holding L2, they try to pass it, there's a good chance we're going to pick it up from defensive awareness. If they are on the spot and we start moving in just a little bit to pressure, if they shoot it, who gives a fuck? They're going to shoot, it might hit you, but at that point, they have one corner they're going to hit from. They're not going to get it top right if the goalie's coming out a little bit. He's cutting off that angle. And same thing for the right wing. I think that's going to be critical. If we keep him to the outside, let him live on the outside. If the guy's in this corner right here with the puck, move up a little bit. Center, move up a little bit here. Right D, move a little bit here. Left D, just making sure that no one's coming in from this way in front of the net. And you're fine. And then right wing can go from there and apply some pressure, and right D can move up a little bit. I think that's going to clean up our zone a lot better. When we have the puck, that's where it's going to be critical for our breakout. I'm going to go into more, obviously, in-depth analysis on that too. But defensemen, like when the wingers are coming up, saucer it. Just send a saucer either way. I always, when I'm trying to do an outlet pass that way, I'll try to saucer it just on the board, because if it gets out of the zone, then who gives a fuck? They have to clear the zone, then they'll have to come back in. It's better than us just throwing a regular pass and then the defender like cheating a little bit and picking it up, and then they're in a high scoring area every time. We're better off saucering it where If, God forbid, we don't get it at that corner or a little bit along the wall, it is going to slow down the pass, but there's a good chance they're not going to get it, and then we're at least getting it out of the zone. Say defense has it in the corner right here. They have the puck finally. You have options at that point. You could saucer it up this way. You can send it behind, obviously, given there's no one there, or you have your center. You always have someone at that point. If the center stays in position and the wingers, everyone's staying to their positions, you're going to have outlet passes either way, which is good. Another thing I want to clarify too with the defense is when we're leaving, we have a clear zone and there's maybe 2 people, but they're not pressuring the defense. If you don't have an open lane, don't throw it. If you're going to try to throw it through people, send a saucer, but make them make a move. If they're not coming at you, then just keep skating up in the zone or doing whatever you want until they come at you. Once they come at you, then you can make a play, because that just opened up the whole, either the right wing or the left wing or the center at that point has opened up. So if a defender or a forward's pressuring you, then you can throw that pass out. I think if we can get the TCs and all of our lines on the same page with this, it'll be really easy, because TCs, if you learn this, if you decide to play center, you're going to have a position every time doing it like this, and we're all going to be able to play as a unit together. And, I think we need to put a little bit more priority on that, on the defensive side of our game. We need to be able to trust each other. We need to know that, hey, if LD's coming in here, he's not going to go around behind the net. Left D is going to go back to this corner once it gets more in the middle, and right D will take a little bit more from there. Center will drop back and vice versa. So we're always staying with our man, or, well, technically with our zone. I think that can work. Honestly, guys, if we give it 2 weeks and start learning it, I think we'll honestly do a huge difference in our game, and just playing as a full unit consistently every game. I'll get into neutral zone and offensive zone. Obviously, down the road, I got to actually go get some food, but I think it was at least important to address the defensive zone and how we should at least do a strategy. This is like a very basic system where we'll all be able to get on the same page, and I think that'll help. Give me a message or something like that if you have any comments or suggestions and stuff. Obviously, we can tweak stuff by that, but I truly believe this would be a good method, at least for EA standards, and maybe not necessarily real life hockey. But let's talk about it. Thanks, guys.